Hey, welcome to another week of an SDR's journal. If you're new here, then basically what I do is each week I speak about three key learnings that I've taken from the week before as my time as an enterprise SDR. So let's get right into it. The first one is I've been leveraging video a lot more, so vidyards. And what I've realized is that having a scalable process with your vidyards is essential to leveraging it effectively. What happens is a lot of times is SDRs, from what I've seen, tend to send maybe like 5 or 10 vidyards, and then they're like, I don't get any replies and it's not working. I do think there's a certain amount of volume and tweaking that is needed, and consistency that is needed when sending out vidyards. So I think two things that are key here, and again, I'm still learning myself, but number one is committing to like a loose script or structure. So the one that I'm following right now is intro, observation about that account or that prospect, a problem, the problem that the prospect going to be going through, and then your solution followed by a CTA. It's super casual, nothing too crazy, and like that, just having a loose script helps me to bang out more videos as such. And the second thing is just having a target of the number of vidyards that you want to send. I think that's really crucial and committing to that. So whether that's a daily target of like I want to send 5 vidyards daily or a weekly target as such, but just having at least a loose idea of a script and the number of vidyards that you want to send is, I think, crucial because then that way you can actually test the data and see what your watch rate is, what your reply rate is, are those replies positive, negative, and then tweak accordingly. Because when I started off, I was following a different video structure and I was getting, I think, over like 30 vidyards. I got just a couple of replies and nothing too great and nothing too crazy. And then because I track that, I tweaked it a bit. And then from the new structure that I've been following, I've been seeing a lot more success as such. The second thing is don't be afraid to having to follow your sequence completely or go down that sequence route. And by this, I don't mean that, if you have sequences built out internally, I don't mean not to follow them, but I mean like if you have, for example, especially for closed loss accounts, if you have someone's direct line, but you have a closed loss sequence that you've been given that's like 12 steps over like 30 days or whatever, um, instead of like, sequencing them in that closed loss account, in the closed loss sequence, if you have a direct line, just dial them right there in the moment. If it's a good time if it's a good time within reasonable hours, just dial them in that moment because a cold call is probably the fastest way to get an answer. I'd say the fastest way to get an answer about what's going on internally in an account. I remember on Friday, I was going through a few accounts and I was going to first sequence them as like in our close loss sequence, but instead I was like, I had the direct lines, let me just give them a call. And I think out of the 4 people, I got called 4 people, I got 3 connects and a couple of a couple of nothing positive, but still like a couple of follow-ups that were set up as a result. So yeah, don't be afraid to just call someone on the direct line instead of putting them in a sequence if you have their direct line, especially if it's a closed loss account. Lastly, um, I think what happens is that when we book a demo, and at times genuinely prospects are busy and you're not able to book the demo, I do think urgency matters. And like if you can book the demo in as soon as possible, it definitely helps. But sometimes prospects are busy and they're like, let's book this demo out for a month from now. In those situations, I think it's an SDR's job to really nurture that demo so that that person doesn't forget about you, so that a month from now, maybe a day before the demo, they end up canceling because they're like, I really don't have the time for this. I know I agreed to this last month, but so much has changed since then. So I think nurturing that contact is still essential. So how I look at it is that let's say I had a discovery or qualification call with someone today, and I booked a demo with them for first week of December as a whole. What I would normally do and what I've been experimenting with is nothing too crazy. I don't have to contact them every week, but 2 weeks from now, I would send them just some sort of resource, internal blog or something from our conversation that we had on discovery or qualification call, which was a pain point for them specifically. Some resource that might help them out with that. Nothing too crazy, something really small because I don't want to give away anything also in the demo that they're going to get. And then also making sure that there's an AE intro about 48 hours before the actual demo. And then this one is crucial from what I've seen. It's helped my no-show rate to go down. Of course, it's not perfect, but it's helped the no-show rate to go down. Is that an hour before the demo, I have just like a small templated message that I sent out that says, looking forward to showing you how we're going to help with your we help with like the RFP response process. Looking forward to showing how we can help with the RFP response process in an hour. Insert prospect's name, and then here is a Zoom link to join, just in case, so that just an hour before, so that's just like an additional reminder to the prospect. I'm sure you can automate this as well, but that's just another way that I found. I'll basically reply to uh, their email where they accepted the demo invite. That's crucial. Where they actually accepted the demo invite, I'll reply to that with that one-liner saying, looking forward to joining you in an hour on the demo. So those are three key learnings from this week. It was a bit longer this week, but hopefully they were helpful. And yeah, we'll see you next week. Cheers.